Hi everyone and welcome to the second lesson in art. Today we're going to be looking at tessellation. So before we go any further, as this is the first lesson of your actual art sequence, yesterday was about researching an artist and discovering what a famous artist does in mill hazes. Today we're going to be looking at the actual skills that you need to know. So what you're looking at here is the progression in collage. So collage is done in early years. It's done in year 2, year 4 and again in year 6. As you can see, I have highlighted the year 4 one in green. So what we need to know by the end of our art unit is we need to know how to draw regular 2D shapes accurately. So that's squares, triangles, circles. Know how to create a 2D shape template and how this fits together in tessellation. That's what today's lesson is about, is tessellation. And then accurately cut 2D shapes of the same size. That's to be able to create a collage and to create a mosaic. Okay, so that's something we're going to be looking at. If you have a look at what you had to do before in year 2, to know how to tear paper to different sizes, notice it doesn't say cut, it says tear. Know how to position paper and create defined areas of a picture. Know how to apply glue, that means actually glue the thing properly so it doesn't fall out. Know how to secure pieces using glue. So it's all about actually putting it down onto paper. Now I have put year 6 on here just so you know where you're going to be going into the future. So to know how to safely break tiles, so you're actually making a mosaic. Know how to arrange tiles with appropriate spacing. Know how to bond tiles to another material. You can't just glue it down. You've got to use tile cement in order to do that, or grout. And then to know how to apply grout between the tiles. So moving on. So back to our knowledge organizer, and you can see that I have circled the section on there of vocabulary called tessellation. It's an arrangement of shapes closely fitted together, especially of polygons, in a repeated pattern without gaps or overlapping. So let's have a look. So let's start with tessellation. As mentioned in lesson 1, tessellation is a combination of 2D shapes in repeating patterns. There's no overlapping. One shape does not go over the top or underneath another shape. And there are no gaps. So there should be no white on your paper when you have finished, unless it's a white shape that you're using. So what you can see here is 2 tessellating examples. One of them is a series of kite shapes that have been used to create a 3-dimensional effect, in this case like a cube. And the other one is a series of arrows going in alternating directions. One row goes off to the right, the row directly underneath it goes off to the left, and so on. But there is a repeated pattern throughout. So your task today, task 1, is using the blank tessellation patterns here. I want you to colour them in to make sure that you get a tessellating pattern. So the clue to this is do one section so that it all looks the same. When you're happy with that section, then repeat the section again and again and again and again. Task 2. Now, you've got some squared and triangular paper, they're back to back in your pack. And what I want you to do is to have a go at creating tessellating patterns of your own, okay? So you don't have to do both, you could use a square pattern or the triangular pattern. And I've given you a couple of examples of both of those to have a look at. So if you have a look at the triangular pattern, my apologies, it's not quite perfect. But as you can see, I have got a series of black and yellow triangles. And they're all they form an overall triangle which is repeating over and over again. There's also a series of red and blue triangles, and they're the opposite way around, again repeating over and over again. So it's tessellating shapes. You can see the example there that look a little bit like envelopes, and the ones underneath that look a little bit like hearts, just to give you a few ideas to draw on. Right, so the example there is your squared paper, there's your triangular paper. Good luck guys, see you later, bye.